الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم كذبت قوم نوح المرسلين إذ قال لهم أخوهم نوح ألا تتقون إني لكم رسول أمين فاتقوا الله وأطيعون وما أسألكم عليه من أجر إن أجري إلا على رب العالمين فاتقوا الله وأطيعون قالوا أنؤمن لك واتبعك الأرذلون قال وما علمي بما كانوا يعملون إن حسابهم إلا على ربي لو تشعرون وما أنا بطارد المؤمنين إن أنا إلا نذير مبين قالوا لئن لم تنته يا نوح لتكونن من المرجومين قال رب إن قومي كذبون فافتح بيني وبينهم فتحا ونجني ومن معي من المؤمنين فأنجيناه ومن معه في الفلك المشحون ثم أغرقنا بعد الباقين إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين وإن ربك لهو العزيز الرحيم صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Shu'ara. In this surah we read about the mention of Hazrat Musa ala Nabiyina salatu salam, how the people of Fir'aun gave him a lie and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed them because of giving a hard time and not listening to their Nabi. Similarly, we just completed the mention of Hazrat Ibrahim ala Nabiyina alayhi salatu wassalam last night, and today we are reading about the mention of Hazrat Nooh in this surah. كذبت قوم نوح المرسلين. He is that Nabi who is the first one whose people started associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the people of Nooh rejected the messengers. So herein, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that they rejected the messengers, mursaleen, this means that rejecting one Nabi in Islam amounts to rejecting all of the Anbiya. If somebody rejects one prophet, if somebody says, I don't believe in Sayyidina Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, then they are rejecting the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. If they say that I do not believe in Moses, then they are saying that I don't believe in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. So all the prophets have to be believed in, and not believing in one of them means not believing in any of them. So كَذَّبَتْ قَوْمُ نُوحٍ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. The people of Nuh rejected the messengers. When they rejected Sayyidina Nooh ala Nabiyina alayhi salatu wasalam, they rejected all of them. إِذْ قَالَ لَهُمْ أَخُوهُمْ نُوحٌ أَلَا تَتَّقُونَ. When their brother, who was Nabi is generally from their own people, always from their own people. So إِذْ قَالَ لَهُمْ أَخُوهُمْ نُوحٌ, their brother Nooh, so Nooh alayhi salam was from among their own nation. أَلَا تَتَّقُونَ. Do you not fear Allah? So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was from the Arab, and his nation was the Arab people. His ummah is all humanity. Inni lakum rasulun ameen. He said to them, I am an honest messenger. I am messenger and I am honest about this. That is, that I am a truthful messenger to you. Fattaqullah. So fear Allah. Wa ati'un, and obey me. Fearing Allah has to be followed with obedience to the Prophet. وَمَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ مِنْ أَجْرٍ. Further, he said that I do not even ask you for any reward. I do not claim any reward, that you might think that I want some status or some wealth or some women or something from you. No. وَمَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ مِنْ أَجْرٍ. I don't want anything from you. إِنْ أَجْرِيَ إِلَّا عَلَى رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. The reward is with none except the Lord of the worlds, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the people who are working for deen, most of the ulama, a lot of ulama have said that it is not allowed for them to take a reward for what they are doing. For example, I am going to tell you a good thing, now give me some money. Or I am doing this job, then give me some money. Similarly, the A'immah, if they lead prayers, the ruling in Hanafiya, in Ahnaf, is that those ibadat that one has to do individually as well, even if they were not an imam, they were supposed to read their prayers. So now for such ibadat, they are not allowed to take any compensation. But if they are traveling to the masjid, if they are spending their time in the masjid, if they are giving time to the community, then it is the fatwa of Hazrat Umar Khattab radiallahu anh that the aimma of the masajid should be paid. Similarly, a very famous example that Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh, after he became the caliph, he was going to the market the next day, and Hazrat Umar Khattab radiallahu anh caught him in the middle and said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I am going to the market." He said, "For what?" He said, "I have to feed my family." So Hazrat Umar Khattab radiallahu anh said that who's going to take care of the general Muslimin? If you are going to busy yourself with earning money for your family, then how are you going to give time to taking care of the affairs of the ummah? And then he took him to the leader or the controller of the in charge of the Baitul Mal, the commonwealth of Muslims, and he said that we should decide some money for him monthly so that he can free up his time from earning and spend his time dedicating it to the affairs of the ummah. So there should be a balance. If the people who are serving the community, if they are religiously, if they are also made busy with earning their livelihood elsewhere, then it is a natural outcome that their focus will shift from the community and the betterment of the community towards earning. And they will be worried about their earning, and then they will prioritize their business elsewhere. So therefore, there has to be some compensation so that they don't have to assume any other means of earning, and they can focus fully on the service that they are doing. But for the people who are on the receiving end, they should also be very careful. So Umar Khattab radiallahu anh had decided, he got this decided that Abu Bakr radiallahu anh will get this money. But at the time when Abu Bakr radiallahu anh was passing away, all the properties or the belongings or whatever he had, he gave to the Baitul Mal. A major portion of it he gave to Baitul Mal, saying that I have taken this much in all my life, in whatever years that I was a Khalifa. I want this to be repaid back to the Muslims, to the general wealth. Similarly, he was so careful that it is a famous narration that his wife said that I feel like I want to eat something sweet. So he said that I don't have anything extra. I don't earn anything extra. Whatever we get from Baitul Mal, from the general wealth, if you can save something from that which you already get, then save and make something for yourself. And she started saving a little amount of flour, if I remember correct, from the daily allowance. And after a long period of time, she was able to save enough to actually make something out of it. But when she was ready to make it, Hazrat Abu Siddiq radiallahu anh said that this means that we were getting this much amount extra. And he made her return it. So this is from the people who are on the receiving end. They should make sure that if they have this capability, that they can do everything tabarru'an, as a free service, while they can also focus on their work, then they should do that. But if that is not possible, which is rarely possible these days, because nobody is that rich and they don't have their businesses and stores and everything, that they can also dedicate their life to service of the community, then in that case, some compensation should be given to them for the purpose so that they can focus fully on the work that they are doing. Otherwise, the best thing is that it is not asked for, and it is not the work of deen should be done without charging anybody, particularly not for prayers, not for any majalis or wa'az or bayan that a person gives. One is not allowed to charge money for it. Yes, one is allowed to charge money for the time that they give, or some extra ibadat that they do for the people, for example teaching and learning the Quran and that kind of stuff. So Nooh alayhi salam said to them that I do not ask you for anything, and my reward is only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore you should further listen to me, because this tells you that I am a sincere person and I am not asking you for anything. So fear Allah and follow me. قَالُوا أَنُؤْمِنُ لَكَ وَاتَّبَعَكَ الْأَرْذَلُونَ. They said that should we follow you while the people who follow you are the lowest of us, the lowest, the most inferior among us. And this is the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that most anbiya, the first and the foremost followers are the poor of the community, because their hearts are tender and they are willing to accept the right thing earlier, quicker. Therein is a high virtue of the people who do not have a lot of wealth. If somebody wealth naturally comes with arrogance, And if somebody does not have a lot of means, then their hearts are tender and willing to accept goodness. قال Nooh alayhi salam answered this, وَمَا عِلْمِي بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. I have no concern with what they do or what job do they have. إِنْ حِسَابُهُمْ إِلَّا عَلَى رَبِّي لَوْ تَشْعُرُونَ. And you do not be their judge. If they are truthful in their iman, then Allah is their judge. Allah is going to take their hisab. Who are you to hold them accountable and say that they are poor people and they are attached with you just for benefit? So don't be their judge. Allah is their judge. وَمَا أَنَا بِطَارِدِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And if you want me to push them away from my side, I'm not going to do that. I'm simply not doing that. I'm not the one who would drive the believers away. They are believers, they are very valuable. In ana illa nadhirun mubin. And I am no more than a plain warner. I am alarming you to the end that might come to you if you do not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قالوا, they said, لَإِن لَمْ تَنْتَهِ يَا نُوح. Ya Nooh, O Nooh, if you do not stop, لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْمَرْجُومِينَ. We will surely make you among those who are stoned. So we will basically kill you by stoning to death. قال Nabi said, Rabbi, my Lord, inna qawmi kadhabun. These people are rejecting me. They have belied me. And Nooh alayhi salam had called the people for many hundreds of years. It's mentioned. فَافْتَحْ بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَهُمْ. Finally he said that, Ya Allah, make a clear judgment, visible judgment between me and between them. Fatha, an open verdict. وَنَجِّنِي وَمَن مَّعِيَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And save me and all the believers who are with me. So even after this many hundred years of calling to people, when Hazrat Nooh alayhi salam asked for a destruction of his people, it was not for any personal reason. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in another place that, Ya Allah, if you leave them, innaka intadarhum yudhillu ibadak. Ya Allah, if you leave them and let them be, they will further keep leading people astray. They will further keep on pulling people away from the right path. That is why Nooh alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Ya Allah, now destroy them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did so. So if somebody, we understand this, that Nooh alayhi salam did it for this reason. So if somebody is becoming a problem for us personally, we are not allowed to give any but dua. But if somebody is becoming a problem for the general goodness and deen, then we are allowed to do a dua for them. Similar is quoted from the Prophet ﷺ that he never ever invoked a bad dua for anybody except the curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except for those people who hurt deen a lot. فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ وَمَن مَّعَهُ فِي الْفُلْكِ الْمَشْحُونِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Nooh, him and those with him in the fulk, in the ark, the big boat. Mashhoon, it was fully loaded, it was fully occupied. ثُمَّ أَغْرَقْنَا بَعْدُ الْبَاقِينَ. Then we drowned after that all the remaining. So whoever wanted to save themselves, they came to the boat of ark of Nooh alayhi salam. All those that remained behind, they were all drowned. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ الْآيَةِ. Surely in this there is a sign. Again, there's these people who did not listen to their Nabi and kept on doing shirk. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed them. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ الْآيَةِ وَمَا كَانَ أَكْثَرُهُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. But these Quraysh, the people of the Makkah, most of them are not going to be believers. وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الرَّحِيمُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ending it with the same sentence, that remember, your Lord is still the same. He is still your Lord. Your Lord, the Lord of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is still the same. Aziz and Rahim, fully powerful, has all authority. So that includes authority to punish people who do not listen to this current Nabi. Ar-Rahim has the full mercy, which includes mercy towards the people who believe. So if you do not believe, he is Aziz, he can punish you, he has authority to punish you, power to punish you. If you believe, then his mercy is for you. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ اللهم لا مانع لما أعطيت ولا معطي لما منعت ولا ينفع ذا الجد منك الجد اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذين هم أهلك وخاصتك وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.